If you've tried to find ammo lately, you've said, where is it? Well, today on Gun Talk, we're gonna help you with that. Today, it's shooting on the cheap.
So how do you shoot when ammo prices are sky high? Well, we came up with a few ways. Sometimes you just have to be creative. One way to go is to dial back the number of rounds you fire. How about a one-shot drill?
Everyone's trying to save ammo these days, but you gotta get out there and practice. We're here with Rob Leatham. Rob, you have a one-shot drill or a limited shot drill for us to help us practice but still shoot some ammo.
Well, I always take a new shooter, and you're not a new shooter, Ryan, by any means, but a new shooter, and I want to see how they shoot. But I want to see you shoot one shot in the middle of that target.
Okay.
So load up and just shoot me one shot. And I'll tell you what I'm looking for. Perfect. When someone jerks, new shooters have a tendency to jerk. What they're doing is controlling the recoil at the same time that they're actually firing the shot. So to solve that problem, you have to take their mind off the recoil control and move it to something else. If when he had fired the shot, the gun had ended up below or had shown no muzzle flip, I would have known he jerked. He's got a good hit on the target, and you can tell that by how the gun moves in recoil. So show him one more time.
Okay.
Just shoot me one shot, and then watch where the gun moves in recoil. See how the gun's up? That's where it's got to be. So now you go to be a speed shooter. Well, the first thing you have to start doing is, instead of not adding recoil or control, is adding some of it. You have to have some of it to control the gun. Most mistakes are made by controlling the recoil at the instant that you actually fire the gun.
Okay.
So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to time you. Your hits need to be in the same place.
Okay.
And I need to see muzzle flip, but I want to see this number be less than 30.
Less than 0.3.
Less than 0.30.
Okay.
You ready? Shooter's ready. So you can start with your finger on the trigger, ready to roll.
Okay.
Stand by. Okay, we're good. 0.21. You're right on the same spots. Watch the gun in recoil. Stand by. Perfect. See how the gun lifts and stays up there? That means you've separated pulling the trigger from the rest of the recoil cycle. And that's how you fire good shots. And that's how you can shoot in 0.18. You can react to the buzzer and in less than 0.2 of a second shoot a shot just as good as when you're shooting slow.
So this is a drill someone could go out to the range with their timer and practice themselves.
Absolutely, and it only takes a few rounds to do it. It's one of my check drills. When I see somebody having a problem with something in their shooting, they start shooting low on the targets, the first thing we do is do a check drill. We actually go empty, and we do the exact same thing with an empty gun, because when the gun doesn't fire, if they have any sort of movement, then they see it. You can't hide it.
No.
Then the next version is you just shoot single shots on the buzzer.
One-shot drills save you a little ammo and still get in some practice.
Here's a BB gun from decades ago, but it's a way for you to get in some trigger time for almost no cost. Let's jump in the Wayback Machine and talk about training on the cheap from the 1960s. This was a little BB gun. It was made by Daisy. Originally, they made it for the United States Army, and they used it in a program called Quick Kill as they were getting soldiers ready to go to Vietnam. Because the soldiers were taking way too much time to get on target, they needed something that was quick. So they made a BB gun that has no sights at all. And the idea is you just throw it up, take a quick shot. So then they brought it out for civilians and they call it the Quick Skill. And it's really great. You can do this with any BB gun. Talk about cheap. BBs, you gotta be kidding me. These things are really dirt cheap. Take the sights off and you can practice really quick shooting. I mean, you can leave the sights on if you want to, but watch, we can hit this steel out here. It's not gonna make much of a sound, but we can certainly do it. All right, nothing to it. Easy, easy. And what you do is it teaches you to look over the top of the barrel and take quick shots because you're not trying to line up the shot. Very quick, very easy. Just click like that. But the other thing it's good for, check this out. Aerial targets. If you've got tin cans or something like that, I got a water bottle, I put a couple of rocks in it, but with a BB, it doesn't go anywhere. Obviously, you have to have a safe background, but just for shooting for fun, I tell you what, after a while, you can get really good. When I was young, I could throw up quarters and hit them regularly with this little gun. Now, this thing's maybe 40, 50 years old now. I was using this when I was about 10 years old. You can make one yourself. BBs, quick skill training, go out and do it yourself. Doesn't get much cheaper than that.
Let's take a look. Okay, at some point, you're just gonna have to get ammo and start getting some trigger time with ammo. When you go buy your gun, at minimum, get 100 rounds of good defensive ammo, like this double tap stuff, and 500 rounds of target ammo. Shoot the target ammo and get some trigger time in, but you're gonna need to practice with the good stuff as well, at least to just make sure that it functions in your gun. Get some trigger time, buy you a bunch of target ammo, buy some of the defensive stuff, and make sure it runs in your gun, and you're gonna be good to go.
Just ahead, practice your shooting with a gun that doesn't fire. And you can shoot for less than a penny a round.